race. This is the race committee. We have now met the win limit and this race is live.
Only took us about 5 minutes, but we are good to go in race 2 of the Louis Vuitton Cup final. Rossa Prada Pirelli leads 1-0 at the moment. It'll be port entry from INEOS Britannia, starboard entry from Rossa Prada Pirelli. Hold on to your hats and everything because it's going to be another rip-up.
So we're right at the top end of conditions for an AC75. This is going to be really exciting racing coming up.
Be good here. All good.
2 minutes and 10 seconds they can come into the start box, INEOS Britannia. They have perfect time on distance. The green light is there and they are in tiny bit late, but that's okay. 2 minutes it'll be Rossa Prada Pirelli. How far behind are they? They're quite a bit behind that 2 minute mark.
Backing up in 2.
Happy to come down a bit.
18 to 21 knots in the start box.
By drive, guys.
It's plenty.
2, 1, happy to drive here.
We go, turning.
Nice and smooth.
Perhaps up.
Yeah, both teams definitely backing off in these rougher conditions, so entering 2 boards down, really trying to look after the assets here. A lot of racing to come down the track. When we get close to start time though, you will see the throttles get pinned, they will be off.
Got that right-hand bias on the start line. We might see them fighting to be to the right.
The British opting for the tack bear away jibe, so killing time by circling. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a similar program for the Rossa Prada Pirelli start as per previous. Nice big coast downwind in these conditions, time on distance, putting the pressure back on the British to make a call whether to jump or push.
He's going inside. Getting 22. My right turn here. Holding low if we can.
15 committee.
Reverse deep.
Lay line committee here.
A little further.
Those yellow marks in front there are actually the bottom marks, so start line well up to windward of both boats.
7. They turn up. Trimming up hard, boys.
Racing here, racing.
Go hard here. Killing 4. Not killing much. Feeling. Come on.
Speed, boys.
High balanced.
Not much time to kill here, they need to get going.
All the way. It is 80.
Possibly both boats late here. Sea state possibly making it hard for the wind instruments to gauge whether they're on time or not.
Boys, I need oil. They are also late. No problem.
We are same.
We have a green light and we are go in race 2 of the Louis Vuitton Cup final.
It's good. Good mount, guys.
Slightly lower.
GBR was fractionally closer at 56 metres, so a lot further back than we're used to seeing them.
Good VMG to us.
Alrighty, and a little load on the back. Similar speeds, slightly lower. Can't get enough traveller up. Copy. Can't get any heel.
Big push there for the cyclors on that exit.
No, I can't get the heel in, blood in. Fuck.
Okay, he's going to take on the boundary.
Yeah, stand by.
Not rush.
Okay, board down here. Big wave. 2, 1, mate. Turning. Right round. No problem. Normal here. Normal numbers.
So both boats executing their tacks. Little touchdown there to Rossa. Both boats sailing clear air.
Just going out here.
Very even race.
Always +1.
Let's go to chase 0. Peter Lester.
Nice guys, normal numbers here. We just get speed first.
Yeah, real even start, and Rossa Prada Pirelli able to live thin on the hip of INEOS all the way to the boundary. Now this will be as long as it gets in terms of testing, all the way probably across to the right-hand boundary. So this will be a good judge, this one, of who's got the pace. They look pretty even at the moment, and INEOS have just stretched out to 9-metre advantage, so the supporting INEOS would be happy to look at those numbers.
Very similar performance of him. They go board down, we will go board down. We board down.
A slight advantage, as Peter mentioned, to the British team there both boats 40 knots.
We're going to start doing 39, 40.
With boat speed 39, 40 knots, so charging into this swell.
Okay. We will match them on the tack. Copy. 35 to boundary. Currently we are crossing. Still pretty strong to windward, so I'm thinking we're going to go early, Keko. I think any time.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, port down. Port down. Moving. 2, 1, 8.
Too late there for the British to hit for me.
1, go forward.
They've managed to just get it off in time.
Very fast move.
Beautifully executed manoeuvre there by the British. When Rossa, Prada, Pirelli having to get out of that wing wash, dirty air off the back of the British team. So great job by Glenn Mon and Ben Ainsley there.
Go straight. Agreed. Right, little more breeze, 15 away. Both lads, lock it in, great work. 10 seconds on the box here, Ben.
So the extra manoeuvre having to be done by the Italian team, so it will be an advantage to the British, who are sailing beautifully.
1 lead. Very well. Going straight here. The pressure on the bow, no problem with him. Right turn, guys.
INEOS Britannia with a clean first leg, and they will take the advantage in the second race of the Louis Vuitton Cup Final. They hit the top gate first.
Turning down in 3.
Coming in at pace, though, will be Rossa, Prada, Pirelli. How big will the advantage be? Oh, a little touchdown by INEOS Britannia. There goes Rossa, Prada, Pirelli.
Hey, coming down. Hey, catch.
Most boats, surely they're showing a fairly even downwind thus far, so nothing in this race at this point in time. Slight advantage to the British team to execute these manoeuvres very well. Nice slight leeward heel out of that jibe, which is what you want with a wide cant in these windier conditions. So cant, which is the foil arms, a little wider in these windier conditions with a lower centre of effort. So the power in the sail slightly lower, which means you need a wider cant and a little bit more leeward heel.
We can also get one in. I think at the moment we go for that and assess at the bottom. Late race in 3.
Nice, Michael.
Absolutely ripping down there in INEOS Britannia.
Lighter here maybe for a bit. Anything? Yeah, nice. Yeah. Only 20 seconds sailing on the next jibe. Copy.
A lot smoother in INEOS Britannia than race 1.
Lay line, sorry. Little softer patch here.
Really
lefty here, Ben.
rolly swell. So the flight control is doing an epic job keeping the boats locked in.
Nice. Stand out.
On to chase zero. Peter, how much can change in one race?
Well, yeah, that's right. The boat in the lead has, has that advantage of seeing where the wind is, picking the waves, picking their moment when they can just pull off these manoeuvres, which are so critical. The trailing boat is harder, and we're hearing a big left-hand shift coming off GBR at the moment, so that means that they will be happy with that. That's what they're pushing ahead rather than jibing too early.
Stand by here. Go. Anytime.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shifting the course axis to 212.
Happy 2 board here.
So 2 legs of 8 about to be completed, and it's a role reversal from race 1. This time it's INEOS Britannia leading at the moment. 2 legs complete. Second upwind leg underway.
Nice clean rounding there by INEOS Britannia.
And then it comes Rossa, Prada, Pirelli with 7 seconds at the top, 17 at the bottom.
Big one, boys.
big trim to get that big twin skin mainsail sheeted on. Around about 10 or 11 tonnes of main sheet load to get on there, to get that sail nice and flat.
Yeah, good lefty here. Take your time.
See the ghost boat here, it's actually liking that right-hand side.
So the British team sailing into a lefty at that bottom end of the course. They came round the bottom mark in that left-hand shift, so that'll be a small advantage to them now as they sail back into the next shift, which will wobble back to the right again. So in phase,
What do you think we
Italians having to dig deep to get back into this.
Have a look here. Hey, we can get two and in.
Voice of Dylan Fletcher.
Having an assess. Yeah, let's hit them. Cool. Yeah, call it. Stand by here. And put down. Pause down. 2, 1, mate. Landing. Very well. Okay.
so the British team tacking to put the Italian team in their dirty air. And
high mode. Picking mate.
Italians jamming the boat up into a high mode, so just keeping clear of that dirty air. In these upper range conditions, those flat sail plans not disturbing the airflow as much as in the lighter air conditions, so very, very clean sail plan, not affecting your opponent quite as much as in the lighter conditions. So the Italian team working hard to just stay high enough to keep out of any of that dirty air.
Luna Rossa appear to have the high mode. We've seen them use that quite a lot off the start line.
Fantastic front-on shot of both boats there. Just the difference in the aerodynamic profiles of the hulls and also their sails. So great design battle as well as a on-water battle.
15. Hey. Head too slow here. Boundaries moved. Don't get too slow here. Don't get too slow. Quite slow, Leon. Copy.
This is the race committee. We are moving the leeward gate, shifting the course axis to 208.
Be great if we can lay this mark here. Copy.
So wind shift we were talking about. Race committee just shifting the course just 4 degrees. But that was an impressive long port there by Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. Always a good sign for the challenging boat. The boat coming from behind if you can live thin on the hip. So that was a little bit of an arm wrestle coming up to the top mark for the second time.
Luna Rossa actually gained 30 metres, living in not the best position. It's pretty impressive.
I was wondering when they're going to attack us, waiting. This wouldn't go away. But that's a big gain for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. Look at the speeds they're entering that top gate. Actually, can be the third leg. INEOS Britannia, though, still leading in race 2. But right behind them now, Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli.
Go back. Hey, boys.
50 knot bear away there by the British. Push now for the cyclaws to retrim the sails.
Come on!
Stand by.
Pressure on both of these manoeuvres for both teams.
Quite well. Nice and smooth. And board. Excellent, here we go. Picking me.
Both boats very, very even in their boat speed.
Everything. Hi, boys. Thanks, lad. Pretty square at the bottom.
On board, Luna Rossa, Francesco Bruni on driving duties at the moment.
Both one on the end of the right. He's similar performance. He's in a little lower mode, but looks similar BMG. I'd say no faster. Okay.
Jimmy Spittle painting the picture.
Both these boats really lit up down here. through these waves. You just see how fast they're travelling through the troughs and the lulls, just blowing the wave tops clean apart.
Big wave.
You wouldn't want to be sitting on that leeward foil at the moment.
The British have a click better VMG, slightly lower.
Copy. Let's still go straight, right? Yeah. We get one and in too. Yeah, I'm happy, yeah. Okay, they're going now. We are 6 seconds on the box. Copy. Okay, stand by. 2, 1, forward down. 3, 2, 1, remain. Going. 1, 2, 1, going forward.
Let's go.
Solid gain by INEOS. Certainly we've seen in previous, through the semi-finals, that INEOS on the downwind legs really has legs, and they've used that to their advantage over Rossa as they come down to the bottom mark gate for the end of leg 4. So this is a real topsy-turvy race, really close.
Come on, guys.
Be surprised. Sorry, Stephen. Again, wouldn't be surprised if we see Rossa take the other gate here.
Yeah, Rossa Prada Pirelli are not giving up either. They're hanging in there. But INEOS Britannia are still leading, and we are halfway through race 2. And just as Glenn says, Rossa Prada Pirelli take the opposite mark. They head up on leg 5.
Big push on main here. Getting around it. Up more when you can.
British there, surely looking like they're in really nice pressure up to windward there compared to where the Italians are. Not many options for Rossa Prada Pirelli to dig their way back into this. The British have put their elbows out, doing a nice job.
Okay, there you have tack. Average shift here.
Onto the INEOS Britannia chase boat with coach Rob Wilson. Same conditions, Rob. Different story. What's going on?
You know, I think it was a closer start on that one for sure, and we managed to just hit them on that first tack, and then yeah, we're just putting our elbows out to make it difficult for them to get round.
Oh, Robbie, just wondering if you've made any sort of gear changes with the boat in between 2 races. You're obviously going really well. Just wondering if you've made any changes on board.
Yeah, there's a few little tweaks. I think it's just stepped up their performance slightly, so it's nice to see they've adapted so quickly.
Oh, well done. Carry on.
Thank you. Cheers, buddy.
Let's go. Freezes in the right here, Ben. Good shit.
Feels a little bit like the last race, doesn't it? One boat defending on the other, and the other not, the trailing boat not being able to do too much. The gap is smaller than the last race, but Britannia are defending well.
They certainly are, and always nice as a wider team and as a coaching team to analyse the data, make the gear changes, and then see that happening with the sailing team executing the changes made and sailing well. So very nice for the coaches there.
They've gone behind us.
They've gone wind power and human power.
So the humans powering
approach one and in, and then assess at the top.
everything above the deck.
Want to go with a big lefty? I think we take it.
See some of the numbers there. Basically the yellow and green, so anything over about 240 watts, sort of a big push, pretty much in a straight line. They'll be ticking along, and you'll watch the power go up in the manoeuvre here.
It's hard to recognise them with all the sweat, but I think Beth Ryan, Todd Hunter and Luke Parkinson pushing hard.
Big push there, the blue line, the accumulator,
just lock her in, mate.
the white line, the wattage. Probably run couple of washing machines, a toaster and a
Getting
fridge
bit patchy here.
of what they're putting out at the
Patchy
moment.
on that right-hand mark.
We are about to complete leg number 5 in the second race of the Louis Vuitton Cup. And this time it's a different leader. It's INEOS Britannia, the official challenger record. They've got the wood on Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli at the moment. No one has made a mistake. They're just sailing hard. And there goes Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli.
Catch.
Maybe just go board with the drive.
Lee McMillan cracking the whip from the back of the boat there. And there's 2 cycles in front of him and the 2 on the other side. Saying send it. They need everything in these conditions to trim those big sails back on after having to ease everything quite a bit in these uprange conditions.
INEOS Britannia, great pace down the left-hand side of the screen, in more pressure.
They are getting absolutely carted down that side of the course, having the option to take that gate and sail the shifts at their leisure.
Hopefully it comes back left a little bit.
They've got the bit between the teeth at the moment.
There are people going to be sitting at home going, how can a boat go from behind in the first race by, say, 46 seconds to be leading in the second? I mean, Rob Wilson, the coach, they played with some stuff. What do you think they've played with to make the boat go this quick?
A little bit more windward when you have it.
Yeah, look, there's a few things you can adjust, particularly hydraulic settings and your settings for the sail trimming. That's the biggest one in these conditions that are hard to adjust. So you can actually feed oil from one loaded function to another function. So the mapping of where that oil's all going is very, very important in these uprange conditions. So I'm sure there would have been some trim adjustments there and hydraulic adjustments made. And the sailing team having to then execute well on board to get the best out of the yacht.
25 seconds, I think.
This is the race committee. We are moving the windward gate, shifting the course axis to 208 and lengthening to 1.9 nautical miles.
Nice push. Yeah, 10 seconds on the box back.
It's looked so much smoother on INEOS Britannia during this race, but also they got a good start.
They certainly did. Seeing that foil arm downwind there on both boats. Big suspension arm through these swells, really, really working hard. Well, right on the edge of ventilation there for the British, getting really high at times. Those big foils hanging on nicely in these rough conditions.
Might sound like a broken record, but it's still INEOS Britannia leading as they complete leg number 6. They're 2 legs away from levelling up this cup.
Go, Jim. Go, Jim. Go, Jim. Go, Jim.
Yeah, they'll be happy inside the INEOS base, and why wouldn't you be? In comes Luna Rossa. What's the delta? Bottom left of your screen. They're 15 seconds behind.
They're not disappearing. The Italian team of Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. That was a really solid rounding there. British though sailing into better pressure by the looks of things.
Tiny build, 1 knot, 39. Nice. Picture moment. Nice, stand by.
On board the coach boat of Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, Philippe Presti joins us again. Complete reversal of race number 1. Can you find anything in the silver bullet?
You should start ahead is a way easier race, and I think INEOS did a good job just to make the start just good enough so they could hold the lane. But yeah, well, see, it's not boat speed race. It's really how you handle the tactical situations, and yeah, that's all for INEOS. They did a very good job.
And Philippe, INEOS Britannia looks a lot smoother, a lot more in control in this race. Are you surprised by that?
I think this game you learn from they're good enough to learn from their mistakes, and probably had a lot of feedbacks. And but I think we're close. You know, it still can happen a lot of things in the next 5 minutes.
Maybe find a flat spot. We go.
All right, thanks, Philippe.
Bye, guys. 3.
Brilliant shot there of how rough this sea state is.
Wait, 1.
Boat's doing 40 knots upwind through this swell. Difficult position to tack there. Luna Rossa in that difficult wave state. They've pulled it off beautifully.
We're good for 1 and in right.
INEOS Britannia defending well, and also defending that right-hand side of the track at the very top of the course, which has been so dominant all day.
When you're leading, you get to pick and choose when you tack,
Let us off the hip.
and you get to sort of dictate the race.
If they go, Ben, or we let them take the extra tacks. Let's get up 1 and in right. Get further up, lads. Lock it in, lads. Good work. Increasing now.
See how much Ben Ainsley's getting thrown around in the cockpit there. Doesn't look like much for watching at the TV, but I can guarantee you he'll be white knuckle fever hanging on to the big Britannia.
There's quite a lot of G also, isn't there, in the manoeuvres?
It certainly is. You see that Cyclaw's getting flicked around behind him.
Might be able to go a little fat, standing on them. They look like they're following, Ben. Little soft to here, but pressure back. Maybe give a little fat in case it goes right to the top. Copy. Happy to call it? Big bear away. It's going to be important. Okay. Let's go. Go. 2, 1, 4 down. 2, 1, made. Panic. I will. 2, 1, game board.
Luke Parkinson calling this is going to be a big bear away, so they'll be charging the accumulator, making sure they've got full oil reserves available for the trimmers. Most important bear away of the day.
Happy to just go right turn here, there's not much gate bias.
INEOS Britannia approaching the top gate for the very last time on day 1 of the Louis Vuitton Cup Final. Haven't put a foot wrong. They look good in race number 2.
Okay, turning down in 3, 2, 1, all the way.
And around the mark they go and head home. And then it comes Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli. They just can't catch up.
And 3, 2, 1, you're clear.
Okay, check.
That's right.
Both boats 50 knots, 51 and a bit for the British.
Yep, they're happy, and why wouldn't they be? Quiet down there. Maybe it's full of Luna Rossa supporters. Oh no, there is a smattering of British supporters.
So the Italian team looking for a mistake from the British. They keep executing this race like they have been, surely they'll be in good shape.
16s. Yep. Stay on, boys. Stay, follow. Hit me. Gonna get going.
Peter Lester, impressive second race from INEOS.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice start and really good defence on that first upwind leg, and then they've capitalised on that. The other thing I think that stood out to me, INEOS in this race has just had a click faster downwind, making about 4 boat lengths each time they've gone on the downwind leg, and that's just given them that buffer that they've been able to extend. I think very even on the upwind leg between the 2 boats.
This is almost echoing Jimmy Spittle in the press conference yesterday, where he said this will be incredibly even, full stop. That's all he said.
So the Italian team of Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli just throwing another jibe in. The British team probably only needing one more jibe to get to the finish, so just enticing possible mistake there from the British, but the British pull this next jibe off, they will be in good shape.
Front boys, 20 this way, 20 to a jibe. Push. 1 minute.
Not much rudder in the water sometimes.
Certainly not, but when it's travelling through the water at 43 knots, it's got
Square line.
plenty of flow over it to have some grip. So British sailing really well. Not much the Italians can do at the moment.
Backing down now.
It has been a class performance from the official challenger of record, INEOS Britannia, beaten by 46 seconds in race number 1, have responded in kind. And at the end of day 1 in the Louis Vuitton Cup, we are locked up. Britannia get the win. It's 1-all.
Thanks, boys. And the turning up. Got boys with 2 boards down here. Good effort, lads. Well done.
Yep, way to go. That's all happiness on the coach boat. I can imagine it's like that in the supporters area as well, as Rossa finish. They'll all go away, and tomorrow they'll have a break and think, right, how do we get each other again?
Right, good effort, boys.
Sets us up beautifully.
We go a little bit up on the course and so that we don't go into the spectators.
Yep.
Don't really want to tow with this
Even
one.
Stevens, the regatta starts again tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what it means. Nice job. Well done. Thanks very much. Yeah, that's what it means when you're not on the boat and just enjoying yourself. And why wouldn't you? So 1-all. This is good. This is what it's all about. We want this sort of racing, don't we?
Absolutely. We knew it was going to be tight, and it's going to be a battle, isn't it, all the way to the end. Of course, it's only 1 race all. They've got to get to 7.
That's right. That's right. 13 races available to be the first to 7 race wins, and you're off to the match against Emirates Team New Zealand on October the 12th. Who will it be? Well, right now, anybody's. It's 1-all. INEOS get the win by 18 seconds in race number 2. So, just a little reminder, our favourites, the red and the green buttons. Red is good. No, red's bad. Green is good. Okay, 1-all. Let's leave it at that.